She's getting huge. Hello, handsome.
Hello, Governor.
How are you?
Nice to see you, Governor. Nice to see you.
You're up here.
I wasn't expecting you.
We were down on the river. Had to come up just for a second. Wanted to say hi, and we'll run down to the river. And I think some of your folks are going to meet us down there too.
Okay, we weren't expecting you because Bristol. She told me that she had just sort of sprung the interview on you.
Yeah.
And this is her idea about talking about the big picture teen pregnancy.
Yeah. And I'm proud of her to want to take on an advocacy role and. Just let other girls know that it's not the most ideal situation, but certainly you make the most of it. And Bristol is a strong and bold young woman, and she is an amazing mom. And this little baby is very lucky to have her as a mama. He's going to be just fine, but very proud of Bristol.
Well, but you look at this, it's joy in this family. Some families aren't. Some families don't have the broad family support. I mean, she's got the brothers and the sisters and the parents and the grandparents.
We have 5 generations helping right now, and Bristol, maybe she got to talk to you a little bit about that we have a very large network of families, so a lot of support. Bristol's maybe she's a bit of an anomaly in this situation in that she has a lot of support. She has it perhaps easier, if you will, than other young mothers, but many young parents have been successful in raising their children and have raised healthy, happy, contributing members of our society. Bristol and Levi, they will be parents like that. We're real proud of them.
Nonetheless, a surprise to you and the first dude.
Yes.
Your grandparents at a young age yourselves.
I'm still getting used to having, my last child, Tripp, much less, knowing that we would have another little bundle of joy in our midst. So, yeah, it was a surprise. It was a shock.
Did you give her hell, or at first? I mean, what?
Yeah, I kind of did. I mean, I was.
We were all surprised.
We were all surprised. Let me put it this way, and this is, I think Bristol's kind of an example of truly it can happen to anybody. Here, Bristol, great athlete, great student, great aspirations that she had for herself, plans that didn't include a baby, of course, but it did happen to her, and now, again, less than ideal circumstances, but we make the most of it. She, I think of all her friends even, can handle it perhaps better than some of her friends would have handled it, but still an absolute shock that it happened.
Isn't sort of the bigger story and the bigger issue is that how important it is for families to pitch in?
Oh,
I mean, this is obviously a wonderful child, and and bring great joy to your family. But the bigger thing is if all families sort of pitched in, that's, because if you didn't pitch in, this would be a different story.
It would be a different story. It would be some sad and some dire circumstances, I think, if the family doesn't all really kind of circle the wagons and help one another at a time like this. This is what family is for, also, to pitch in. And proud of Bristol for accepting the help, too, that's being offered her by her grandma, her great-grandma, her great-great-grandma, and aunts and cousins, and we're very thankful to be in the situation that we are with so much help. I don't know how other families do it, if they kind of assume that the young parent is going to make it on their own, or assume that government would take care of the young parent and that child. That's not government's role, but this is a role for families to pitch in and help.
So it's not just an issue of abstinence, that's one issue, but once we get beyond that, because when you have the discussion of abstinence, I always sort of feel bad, there's a wonderful child here, and talking abstinence sounds
naive.
Well, it doesn't even sound naive, but it doesn't sound very nice, because this is a wonderful young boy, you know what I mean? And so I hate to have that topic. The bigger topic is, okay, now the situation, the bigger question is now, how to make it go right.
Exactly. So you get beyond that ideal of abstinence, hey, don't get pregnant. Well, get beyond that when it happens, and then you deal with it. Life happens, and you deal with it, and Bristol's dealing with it wonderfully.